Dun, 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 dun. Welcome back to the SANDCAST Pauhana edition, brought to you by our friends over at Wilson, who have provided us the ball.
The official ball of Hawaii.
The official new ball of Hawaii, AVP, and of course, Kona Brew.
We've all got a counter here.
Yes, we do. Cheers, boys.
Cheers to the end of season.
We brought another Hawaiian on the show. This guy's been on like 4 times already. Our guests are probably just scrolling over that one. Just, next.
SANDCAST always needs a rating boost when they bring me in.
Dude, this isn't
like
a special
every
guest.
quarter. I come in quarterly, boost the ratings.
We had your first one still in the top 10. Talking shit with Trevor Crabb. That was peak Trev.
That was.
Dude. And then you went all downhill from there.
Yeah.
But you got your first win. Congrats. An official SANDCAST congrats now that we have you on air. We had your partner on a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, that's
I guess you're one-off partner. I
mean,
yeah.
It was all right.
Not a bad first win, though.
No, definitely doesn't get better than that. Yeah, I mean, that was, that's the one that everyone wants to win.
Yeah.
Growing up, just to get your name on the pier. I was telling, Casey Patterson in Chicago, I almost wish it didn't happen just because I know the feeling of when it did, so I want that same feeling again for, my first one. It was that good. But, yeah, I mean, now it's
all downhill from here.
Now it's just all downhill.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But now it's just tally them up, try and win as many as possible.
Maybe an Olympic gold. I think that might surpass it.
I think that would pass it a little bit. Yeah,
that would pass it, for sure.
It is funny talking to international guys, though, because when we had Brower and Mewson on, way back, one of our first episodes, they were like, all we want to do is play Manhattan. Because they don't get to play in the AVPs,
right.
And, that's the big one. They have to just travel the world all the time. Whereas we at least, get to go to just Manhattan or New York. We get to walk to a tournament sometimes.
Yeah.
I get to watch.
I wouldn't mind if the AVP, just for Manhattan, let one international team in every year.
Yeah.
And that's their chance.
How about
to
just
get
for
on.
Chicago?
That'd be pretty cool.
Just for Chicago.
Or anything else.
I was kind of surprised that because Hawaii was kind of an international event last year, I thought that they would try to wild card some of the international teams.
I think that was the original idea.
Really?
Yeah, they thought about it. But
yeah, that's what I heard.
They just wanted to go away from it, and it's tough because then you have you're taking away opportunities from domestic teams, which you could argue either way. If they're the bottom 2 teams anyway, then you can't really complain. But I don't know. I like it keeping it domestic, and I think once they establish their schedule, I believe they said they want to get to 10 and just have 10 really good events.
Yeah.
Then start bringing in teams.
And create specialty events, stuff like that, one-offs or an 8-team event, at the end of the year or at some point.
That would be pretty cool.
Stuff like that.
I know it was really interesting. So Delaney's roommate, Megan Bergdorf, used to work at USA, so she kind of follows beach really closely. And she was like, how do you feel about Canadians taking $40,000 worth of prize money in Manhattan? I was like, I didn't think about it that way. It's pretty good, though. I mean, good for them.
Yeah, but you also, it's not like they let international teams in. You can't be
they're citizens.
Oh, yeah, but you're also Canadian, so you're out.
You can't go.
Yeah,
I just never thought of it that way. I didn't know if other people did. If some of the girls look at Mel and Sarah and they're like, well, they shouldn't be here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of the girls that don't like it. I could see that for sure.
And I mean, it's Canada. It's basically.
They're our
it's
neighbors.
North America.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I haven't gotten that sense with any of the guys, looking at Ricardo and being like, oh, well, he's taking my prize money.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't.
Yeah, he is.
Well, I think some people are kind of mad that he got wild carded into Hawaii.
Oh,
yeah,
can we talk
true.
about that?
Yeah, sure.
We can bring it up.
Sure.
But you guys also benefited from a wild card. At least not.
I did.
You did.
He did.
Right. Yeah.
You kind of.
2 years in a row too. I gotta thank AVP for that one. Appreciate
Thank your Hawaiian
that.
roots.
Yeah, the Hawaiian roots definitely came in handy there.
Yeah, I
Would've
mean,
su-
technically, he's the only guy on that list that didn't earn a spot, you know? Like, I mean, Ricardo earned one, but with Rosie. Reid earned one,
Yeah.
but with me.
Oh,
But he's the odd guy out. So if you're mad, then we're mad at Tri.
hey, you know, people want to see what they want to see.
No cast, by the way. I just noticed that. Is this first day without like anything?
Pretty good. Well, I've been doing rehab, so I got my rubber band here. Been working that strength. But yeah, I got downgraded. My everyday is just a strap that goes on my fingers now, so it's getting better and better. I'm ahead of schedule. Trev saw me bringing some heat today. You saw it.
It's like hitting really hard with like a pillow. You're swinging hard, but
Yeah, good luck reading that coming off my hand.
If you don't know where it's going,
They're
no
gonna be
one
on their
knows.
heels. Yeah. No, it's going good. Hand's good.
And so you guys have what? Hawaii?
in Mexico.
You're not so you're not going all the way to China for the 3-star. Okay, is anybody? I
I'm
know
sure. I
Carrie
bet
and
Jake
Brooke
and
are.
Taylor
I
are
don't-
going.
Are you sure?
No, but I
I
bet.
I
cannot
don't-
imagine Phil would be going to
No,
China.
Phil's
no.
not. Phil's not. I don't think Jake and Taylor.
I
are.
heard they were, but I'm not sure.
Mm.
They need to catch up on finishes, so I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I mean they're at 10.
And
so
they
it's-
got no.
they
They
don't
they have the
Right, that's true.
Norseca.
Oh yeah, they have.
So
that
they're
too.
not. They're probably not
Okay,
going to go to China.
which is a 3-star
Yeah.
equivalent, right?
Oh my
And a
god,
lot
I can't
easier
believe that.
competition.
That's how it is every year, right?
I can't believe
Yeah.
that.
Last year.
That's freaking easy money.
Last year. Oh yeah, we lost in the qualifier. To Jake and Taylor.
Oh, that was like my first.
Oh
week
yeah, that
back.
was when
It was
you,
right
just
after
came back.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like Billy and Doherty went, so nobody got from the guys' side. Nobody picked up Olympic points.
Yeah.
But for the girls, I think April won.
April and played Brandy and Heather.
Mm.
Yeah.
April's probably gonna drop April and Alex are probably gonna drop like a 3-star gold equivalent. That's gonna be like their worst finish.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to. They didn't do the Norseca.
But
No,
they didn't go last year. To
They're
it?
they're already
They're-
locked.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
pretty
right.
much.
Yeah.
I would
Not if
say-
you ask them.
I would say
Those
They're
girls
still
are
getting after it.
intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like if there's any chance at all, like if a team has to win 5
I don't even
tournaments in
think
a
it's
row,
mathematically possible.
I think
would
it
be-
is.
It depends on if there's
It'd be like the-
what the schedule looks like.
Yeah,
If there's if they front load all the majors before Tokyo, and
yeah.
somebody could
They would have
technically
to
pass
just
them.
first, second.
Yeah.
Dude, but
middle.
if you ask them, they're just fully like, nope, it's not over. Like,
Yeah.
we have to
What about
win everything.
the Olympic qualification event? Was that at all in China? Because that seemed like
There's
such a random.
no point in going to that
Yeah, for U.S.
for Americans.
Really? Even if you isn't it if you win?
Yeah, but
Wouldn't you?
U.S. takes the bid, not the team.
Okay. But
Other-
USA wouldn't look at that and be like, okay, you won. Like
They
it's-
would give it to the next highest finishing.
I feel like they
Points.
should. They should pay teams to go or something. You know, like incentivize them to. Hey, can you go win us this bid? You know, just
Yeah.
to guarantee spots. Especially with us all sitting around like 10 to 20 range, the 3 teams.
Well, I guess explain for the if you even fully understand, because I kind of go in and out of understanding how the Olympic qualification works.
Through that event?
Well, no, just in general, how does the country get 2 bids? Because like you said in your Instagram post, it's not guaranteed that the U.S. gets a single bid.
Got to be top 15 or I guess kind of 15 to 18 with the whole, 2 world champs and then the 2 China bids. So that
Yeah.
makes 18. And see,
Or country quota, like Brazil might qualify 3
if you
teams.
have if only one team is in that top 15, then you have to go through your Continental Cup after the June deadline and battle with your continent Canada, Mexico
Okay.
for that one Continental Cup spot.
Okay.
So we want top 15 teams to win that China event. So then they guarantee their spots and
Yeah,
and
then it becomes 18, top 18.
yeah,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Got it.
Because like last time
And most likely, all those teams that are in China are somewhere between 1 and low 20s.
Yeah, I haven't looked at who's playing.
Yeah.
So we're not sending anybody.
No.
Okay, because I know Canada sent. I know Brandy's going. I think.
Yeah, because Canada, they give them the spot.
Okay.
It's like Sam, Canadian guys are going.
There's a decent amount of teams that are going. It's worth it especially if you're sitting in like the, 15 range.
Yeah.
And you can get that bid. Like, get hot, win one tournament. Look at Chile.
Yeah.
They got hot and won 2 of the first tournaments of the year.
Yeah.
And haven't done anything since. So if some team gets hot for one, they're just in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad way to go.
Except for you got to go to China, so it's a little tough. But if you win it, for sure, it's worth it. But if you don't, you bite the bullet on your flight, everything.
When you guys look at where you stand now, like putting it in retrospect, are you pretty happy with how the year went? Because you are like technically number one, even though Phil and Nick don't have their all 12, and Jake and Taylor don't have all 12. But I think if you were to like add 2 more events of what their average was, you guys
I
are
don't
like,
think
it's like a dead heat.
Yeah, it doesn't matter they don't have 12 right now, just because there's going to be a decent amount of events next year.
So now that like your 2019 F5UB season is technically over, like how would you say it went? Like pretty happy with it?
Yeah, minus the last month.
Yeah.
If you take that out of it, then...
Well, you won Manhattan, dude. You
yeah,
gotta be happy
no,
with
he's
it.
talking about international
Okay.
season solely. If you take that out of it, then extremely happy.
Yeah.
A lot of good finishes. Ended the year on top in points for Americans.
Yeah.
Somewhere almost like top 10 internationally. So yeah.
Was it go ahead. You say something?
I mean, I think you could look at it either way. There's plenty to be like, damn it about, but yeah. I think we got a lot better, and going into it, we're kind of like we didn't know where we stood, and I feel like for me at least personally, I got to start off like kind of where I left off with Trev. I mean, we even bettered our world champs finish that I had with Hayden, and so yeah, I'm stoked with it. And the biggest thing for me I'm excited about is that we have so much room to grow. Like, we really haven't even gotten into like the more complicated parts of it because we're split blocking. It's been new. I didn't even get a full off season really.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of been luggage like from the beginning. In terms of, I mean, at some points like in Czech, I was really struggling like to get energy, and then getting my infusions and then getting hurt and like so it's been kind of lame in that sense, but we still, when we're healthy, we performed, and we didn't have that much time to train going up into it. So I just like that we have a lot of room to grow, and like this off season and this next run here is going to be really fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say because we just had Delaney on, and she switched to blocking in like the last month or so, and she said that it's been like such a blast, just like learning so many new things. How much of an element has that been throughout the year? Just like learning how to play defense, learning how to play right side, and just like this whole new thing. And like it's not like you just eased into it. You guys just jumped straight into. We're going for the Olympics. Now I'm learning a whole new position.
Yeah, the defense and the right side. But for the right side, or offensively speaking, I think in order to call yourself a good beach volleyball player, you got to be able to side out from everywhere, right? So, I kind of took that upon me and just focused pretty hard on learning how to side out on the right side or getting better at it. And
it's easy when I'm sitting.
Definitely, the right side is definitely more challenging than the left, for sure. You have a lot less vision. You got to rely on a lot of other things first, like your pass, your partner's call and stuff like that. But I mean, it's gone pretty good so far. I can't say I miss the left at all,
Yeah.
But it's always nice to be able to play both sides because I think that adds an extra element into anyone's games. It kind of separates you from someone else that only is stuck on one side. So that's very important. Yeah.
Whenever you like run a backside on the left, I'm like 8,000% sure he's hitting line. Low line.
Oh yeah.
Got to remember that scouting report.
Yeah.
Works every time.
Yeah.
I kind of get like the sense, like when we're playing new positions, new sides, and all that, it makes me like think that I'm losing reps in the other thing. You know, like so, like for example, we're split blocking now, and I don't feel like I've gotten the reps that I used to get blocking. So my blocking is not what it used to be.
Right.
So you kind of have to like mentally decide like, are you okay with losing reps here to like enjoy learning something new? And I think a lot of people aren't able to do that, whereas like we have a lot of confidence in it, and like we'll just be good at that. We'll try, you know, it's just confidence really. But I think that's what we take a lot of pride in. Like a lot of the Hawaii guys in general, granted we're the only two really doing it, take a lot of pride in just being good at every skill.
Right.
Like, even from indoor, like when the indoor players come up to the mainlands, they're usually the utility guys. That's just kind of how we were taught. So I think that has a lot to do with like Trevor just being like, I mean, either of us could have played right, but I was coming off of 2 years not playing, so we were going to make it as easy as possible on me. I think that was kind of and he didn't even question it, just like, yeah, I'll go right, whatever. Yeah. And then just started hitting high lines. But yeah, I don't know, it's cool to have that mentality and just stick with it, even though there are little sacrifices like oh, I'm losing reps here, maybe, you know, this is my strength. Instead of saying, labeling yourself like, this is my strength, I'm going to stick with it, it's just like, my strength's everything.
Yeah.
And you just kind of go for it and try to live up to that. And then your game starts evolving in other ways. So it's like, my blocking's maybe not what it was, but we're still winning and like playing at the same high level, if not have the potential to be way higher, which I do believe. And we have probably played at a higher level at times this year. So I don't know, I think it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds fun. I mean, I personally have never played defense, but I think just like learning how to do something you've never done before is probably like a pretty cool thing to progress at, especially at the level that you guys have.
Feels like there's a lot of space back there when you first get back there. And you want to like do everything, and you're like, geez,
You
I'm
always
doing
want
way too much.
Guess and cheat.
Yeah.
That's definitely, you know, compared to blocking.
Does it help your offense, having played defense and blocking too, knowing like some of the things that work when you're on defense? You're like, I really hope they don't hit this shot. It's really hard to dig.
I mean, yeah, but like, trying to think of it like when I'm on offense, like, I'm not thinking too much or really at all of what, you know, they're doing on defense. Maybe like at a certain time out of a timeout or something, and I think that they're going to run a certain play. Yeah. That's the only time I'm thinking of that. Yeah. But other than that, I'm just on offense. I'm just going solely off what I see and what I feel, and not like what their game plan is against me.
Yeah. I don't know if it was like how in football, like a lot of wide receivers who like have played defensive back before think it's like such a benefit because they can kind of see routes run, or like know what the receiver's doing if like the defensive back has played receiver before.
Except the DBs can't catch.
I think it's better. It's more the other way around. Like when we're on defense, thinking about like picturing ourselves as the offense right now. Yeah. Other way around, you know, that helps more. Yeah.
Who would you guys say are the best? So I think that Anderson Christian and Oleg and Krasilnikov, I think, are probably the two best teams in the world. And then there's like I think like a pretty big drop off to the next one.
For sure.
Who do you think is like the next clump of teams?
I almost have to say Germany, just like based off the Rome and World Champs.
They show up for the big ones.
They did good at the big ones,
yeah. That's 2 World Tour finals in a row that they're on the podium.
And they were in the semifinals in Stade.
They have a really well-rounded game.
Yeah.
Those two. The defender's kind of like indoor-y, but he like has a really good touch, really good positioning, and then the big Wickler. Or no, Tolle. He's got good hands. He looks goofy as heck, but
he's like a giant puppy.
He's got good.
He gets a block and he's like smiling.
Right. Yeah.
You could group the next like 10 teams. You know.
Yeah.
It just depends on who's hot. Really, like lately, Alisson was great.
and they just lost.
Then they lost to France.
France.
Yeah. Yeah, when did France, like, they just got hot?
Yeah.
Alison and Alvaro were balling out.
Tokyo was their first tournament, where they kind of came in for France.
Yeah.
Glad we caught him on a hot streak.
So I looked at that, I was like, well, if there's a team that might be able to do something against left-handed, that might be the one.
Yeah, for sure.
And they beat Alison and Alvaro.
I ended up playing right-handed. Worked pretty good. Two trickle aces in a row at one point. I was pretty proud of that. More trickle aces than Trev, who said he was practicing.
But I didn't, because I didn't go for it. He told me not to.
Well, I mean, it wasn't working at practice.
He's
over there at practice.
I had to keep my serves in.
Every ball in the net. I made I don't think I missed the serve, by the way.
Not bad.
And I made a lefty jump serve.
I love the lefty jump serve.
I totally knew Trev was going to be pissed about it, too.
Oh, if you look at the video, you can see my head peek back. I felt like it was coming. I look at my head. I'm like, and then I see him land. I'm like, he just jump served.
I was wondering how you knew, because I was back there and he's not looking.
That's right, I'm always looking.
I'm like, I'm gonna jump serve it. When else do I get to jump serve lefty in a elite tournament? You know, nobody does that.
That's so funny.
With the right footwork, by the way. And then we win the point, and Trevor's like, "Hey, serve this in. Serve this in."
No, I said stay down. This one, stay down.
Yeah. I was like, dude, how did you know?
Didn't think you were looking.
I should have hit a lefty sky ball. Stay down.
I didn't even know it was match point. The next play.
Yeah, it was match point, and we were down 13.
Yeah, we were getting smashed.
So I was like, come on, for the fans, come on, we gotta do this.
It's like when Jake and Taylor were playing the Germans, and Jake gets that monster Kong block.
Yeah.
And they were down 2013, and they're both
Just
celebrating.
throwing up prayers.
We got a long way to go.
At least that's the kind where you're like.
They had 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Thought a comeback was coming.
Jake missed the serve.
They were down 2013 and brought it back to
16 or
2017 or something.
Dude, they beat Nikolai Lupo down
18-11.
18-12.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot,
It was
Nikolai
18-12.
Lupo.
Yeah, I've never seen Lupo just burn to the ground like that.
It
was tough.
Collapsed.
It was tough to
tragedy.
watch, but cool to watch because I'm not in your position, so I can root for the U.S. And I was like, I feel bad for Lupo right now because this is just tragic to watch. But
on his home court.
Yeah, but good for Jake and Taylor for winning that.
Yeah.
Were you guys still there to watching that in person?
Yeah, I watched actually their Spain match in person.
Okay, that was a gnarly one too.
Yeah. That second set was crazy.
Yeah, 34-32.
They had I think it was 3 or 4 points swings before that to put the set away.
Oh, really?
And they couldn't do it, and so I thought I was going through for sure. Especially that one play where Jake had an overpass for the match, and he hit it right to Adrian, tapped it right to him. Full overpass, just boop.
Oh my god.
Similar thing in their first set with Germany too. They had 5 or 6 swings for that first set and just could not put it away.
Oh yeah, that one play, right?
Yeah, they had 4 of them in one play and just could not put it down.
That was for the set. Yeah.
Yeah, for that first set, and then once they lost that, because they were up 19-17, I think.
It's crazy how one play can dictate it.
Yeah. But with you guys, with a full year under your belt, having split blocked, having switched sides, what's the focus heading? I know it's not off season yet because we still have Hawaii, but we're pretty much there. If you had kind of identified the points of focus heading into what you want to get better at heading into next year.
I think we gotta probably meet about that.
Yeah.
In our minds, Hawaii's happening so fast.
Yeah.
I haven't really.
And you got a lot going on.
Jose's talking to me you have no off season, Tri. I'm like, which I like. I'm really excited to get back to work, but I think I don't know. I haven't comprehended it like that. Season's over yet. I feel after Hawaii it is
Mexico.
Yeah.
And
so
we have
we'll
Mexico,
we'll take a break. I'll take one a little longer than him.
Yeah.
Because it's not till
mid-November,
almost 2 months. So yeah, I'll take a few weeks and then come back, and then play Mexico, then have another small off season.
Yeah.
And get back into it.
Do you know, like, has there been any indication of when the next season?
Well,
I mean, technically Mexico is the next season.
schedule
but
comes out next week, so
I heard
Oh, really?
the
Yeah.
Hague is not happening, so we don't have to
Yeah,
get
first
ready
one will
for
be-
January
random
1st.
January.
first one will
one-off.
be
February.
February, March.
Okay.
I'm hearing it's like, well, this episode's gonna come out next week, so we might have it for the following episode.
True.
But I heard 6 4-stars, 1 or 2 5-stars before the Olympic cutoff.
It'd be great to have Fort Lauderdale back.
It's
I
not.
don't think it's
It's
happening.
not happening.
Not happening.
Vienna.
I think
Might
it's
be
just
the-
Vienna, but it's after Rome is the only one that's.
Yeah,
gonna
so
be-
they're gonna slide
Going back to
Rome
Rome?
up.
Yeah,
Nice.
They're gonna
that's
slide
the only
Rome
5-star.
forward. No sightseeing for us this time, Trev.
Yeah. How
No,
was
there
that
will
Rome
be.
event
Because I think it's the last event right before the
right
cutoff.
before Tokyo?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
When do they
sites-
cut it off? Do you know?
June 15th.
Okay.
So I think it'll
So
be
a
that
month-
week.
A month before almost.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
is crazy because like to get accommodations for the Olympics, which tickets sold out like the first day, by the way.
Yeah.
It takes like a year, you know, like everything's selling out in the city, but in
I
our
had to apply
sport,
for my press pass a year ago.
right?
Yeah.
And
Did
so
you
like
get it?
imagine being our families.
Still don't know. It's kind of a lottery system.
Press pass for.
Dude, imagine we got
what?
Money Mewhirter out
for
there.
who?
Each, volleyball mag.
No, SANDCAST, bro.
Well, we're kind of one of the same now.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were 1440.
Well, volleyball mag and 1440 are
He
the
gets
same.
around.
are the
That's what I
same
mean.
thing.
This guy gets
And then
around.
1440 bought Volleyball Mag? Or,
Yeah.
So Volleyball Mag doesn't exist anymore?
Well, no, it is. So 1440. It's kind of like when it's like Warren Buffett owns a bunch of newspapers, but it's not like the newspapers are now Berkshire Hathaway.
Right.
You know, it's
I see.
they so it's
Keep
keeping
the
its
name.
name,
Right.
but now it's just like the content is
So they run it.
yeah. So everything stayed the same. It's just volleyball mags like profits and stuff now go to 1440 in a way.
So 1440 is becoming like more of a media.
Just a big
Exactly.
digital media company.
Which is pretty great. That seems like that's something our sport really needs.
Yeah.
It's like people to get us out there.
Yeah, and the volleyball mag guys are stoked about it because they're like, because they basically broke even every year, maybe made a little bit of money, and now they like have a bunch, like a lot more resources to actually like
Right.
do things, and they don't have to just kind of like wing it with website design. Like they have the 1440 website designers going in there and kind of building it up, so they're stoked on it. And then it's nice for me to have like an editor again who can be like, no, like we got this story. I was telling Delaney, I was like, I actually like have a boss again. It's weird, but it's kind of nice.
Yeah. Instead of being your own boss.
Who's your boss?
Lee Feinswag. He's this. So when I
He's
I
a
first
volleyball
wrote,
mag guy.
yeah,
And him and Ed Chan
they
co-owned it,
yeah,
started it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then he was the one. So when I first started writing like random blogs for free on the AVP, just on qualifiers and stuff, he was the one who found it, and then was like, "I'll pay you for this stuff." And I was like, "Hey, I'll take money for it." And I was like, my first volleyball job, making like $50 a story.
Lee got you in.
Yeah,
Love it.
Leroy.
and ran into this guy, and now we got SANDCAST, and then
Dude, your name's
Now
on
you
the
guys
wall.
are
The rest is
pulling in the
history.
big bucks now.
That's right.
raking it. Now we got this Kona sponsorship.
Dude. The big beers.
Speaking of big bucks, though, Manhattan, good weekend for you.
That was.
Probably because of your boys right here at Monster.
I can't thank these guys enough, you know. Yeah, they've been great, and it's good that the AVP partnered with them as well.
Yeah.
You know, bringing in, you know, bigger name sponsors is always good. But yeah, Manhattan was a sweet weekend, and you know, made
After party?
a little more than this guy. So.
I had to watch that, and I know all of our bonus numbers, so I was calculating. Damn it! Shoot. At least Trev bought like late night meal, like maybe 2 or 3. Made him.
No, I don't even think I bought anything. Everything was just free that night.
No,
Yeah.
not that night, but
Oh yeah.
he bought
Yeah.
a late night Jack in the Box one
Shit.
night.
Oh, yeah.
We
Shout
rolled
out.
up with a full car of the boys like
Yeah.
after a concert, and I was just like, "Trev, this one's on you, Monster Boys." Everyone agreed, and then he had to pay. Luckily, it was freaking Jack in the Box.
Yeah. 40 burgers.
Should have been steak.
$15.
Yeah, exactly. Ugh.
With we kind of got like Reid's side of it when we had him on the podcast, but kind of interested from your side, like how that partnership got formed, because obviously like a couple years ago, there was a funny little run-in between you guys. And Reid, the way he tells it, he was like, I didn't know that was just, like, what Trevor did. He just, like, talks trash.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I was, like, kind of confused afterwards. Is like, why was I so mad? So I don't know, like, when things started to smooth over to the point where you were like, yeah, we could play Manhattan together.
I think it was kind of. I mean, obviously, it was like, 2 years ago when that happened. So we've, since then, we've, made up or whatever and practiced against each other, and we've been totally fine,
Yeah.
But it wasn't until, like, after he got hurt, I needed a partner for Manhattan, and Rich Lamborn actually sent me and Reid a group text,
Oh
and he's
my
like,
God.
Pretty Crabb on the pier for 2019.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the funny thing is, neither of us responded to it. I was like, I wasn't like super, okay, Reid's like best guy available, I'm going to go after him right away. I was like kind of weighing my options at first and really thinking who I wanted to play with. If I wanted to play with someone, have a little more fun, or if I wanted to just get the best guy out there.
Was Rosie on that list?
Rosie was on the list, yeah.
Since you had already been to the final with him?
Yeah, and he's been playing good this year. But I also even tried to get an international guy at first. But, AVP said no to that.
That'd have been fun.
Yeah, would have been fun.
Who's your choice?
I can't reveal that
Trying to
on
pull Anders over here.
Anders, yeah.
No, I actually asked Alex Rengeri.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't...
You guys have played 6
Purely
man.
Yeah, because
for after party reasons.
Yeah, exactly. Because he wasn't really playing many tournaments recently.
Yeah.
They kind of dropped out of the points race. So I knew he was kind of available. But yeah, AVP said no to that, which is understandable. So I kind of thought about it and was like, yeah, I'm just going to get the best guy available that I think I can have the best chance to win with. And yeah, I mean, he actually asked me first, and then I was about to ask him anyways, but so it linked up perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you decide to split block? Because with you guys, it makes sense because you both blocked before, but Reid hadn't blocked since he played in like the Huntington qualifier with Kame, like his first event.
I think it was. I had told Reid like, I still want to play right side and I want to do some split blocking, if you're cool with that. Like when we were asking to play with each other, and he was like, yeah, that's totally fine. And then with Jose, we kind of did a couple practices with him split blocking, and he's a good blocker. Even though he's a full-time defender on the beach. Exactly, that's why. So I knew if you're an outside playing indoor forever, you can block a ball. It doesn't matter if it's on the beach or not. And also the second big reason was physically it was a lot more demanding having to run up, so that was like a big thing about Manhattan's, like a long tournament, a huge grind, a deep sand. You want to be able to, have your best, be as close to 100% as possible physically towards the end of the tournament. So I knew that split blocking would save a lot of energy for both of us. And decided to go that route, and kind of stuck with it. I think, only the first day I was running up a little bit more. Then after the first day, Saturday on, it was like pretty much almost 50-50.
Yeah.
There was a couple, plays out of timeouts here and there.
Yeah.
Like
Until
the final
very
play.
last play.
Yeah.
I love that Amazon had that mic'd up, because like Jose just like called exactly what was going to happen. He's like, Trev, you running up? Yep. Yeah. He's like, take Casey's angle.
Damn it,
like,
I wish I had him a few years
him
before.
line to line. Reid, you go here. Trev, you do this. Block Manhattan. Yeah. It was awesome to watch.
Yeah.
Like, damn, Jose does know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But Jose is great. His better quality is for sure like the passion and the fire, hyping us up.
Team morale.
You really can't get any better than that with him.
Yeah.
And just knowing like what he's done and the way he talks in a pressure situation, it's like, oh yeah, like he's done this, but like many times. So she just has so much credibility versus a coach that's never done it, maybe hasn't really been a good player, and they're trying to tell you, you're like, yeah, you haven't really been here before.
Right.
Rather than Jose is just like, I've won this
He's
many
walked
times.
that walk.
Like, yeah. Trust me.
When you got that text from Rich, though, he said, Pretty Crabb, getting their names on the pier. Did you think that when you and Reid like partnered up that like, yeah, that was like a possibility to happen, or you're like, yeah, like we could have a good finish, but this is like a fully loaded Manhattan field?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I knew it was definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
It was gonna be tough to do,
Yeah.
But I knew that both of us, really just wanted it really bad, especially, it was kind of two different things. Like I've been to the finals like 7 times.
Was that your 7th or 8th?
That was my 8th.
Okay.
So 0 for 7 before that. He's never made a final.
You had a hashtag.
Yeah, I did have a hashtag.
You both have hashtags.
Yeah,
actually.
for sure.
Team hashtags.
Yeah.
Freeze Priddy and Never Trevor.
Yeah.
Teaming up, just erasing
Freeze
hashtags.
saved us a couple times that tournament.
Erased both hashtags in one tourney.
Yeah. What we were saying.
If you did know that was a possibility to win coming in.
Right, yeah, I think, and like I was saying, I was 0 for 7, going to my 8th, and then Reid's never made a final yet in his 2 years playing beach, so both of us were a little long overdue, and I think we both kind of held that inside of us and kind of was thinking about it, and just worked together to want it.
Yeah. Does it get harder? You had made 7 finals, like that's great and all, but does it like build up where you're like, holy cow, I'm in the finals again, like I have to win this one? Like, does it build up or like
this one was a little different?
Yeah.
Since I was with Reid, and I think if we didn't win the tournament, it wasn't like
You weren't supposed to.
we weren't supposed to,
Yeah.
So it was the pressure was a lot different
Right.
in that final than it was in all the other ones.
Yeah.
But I think like just once we made the final, I was like, okay, now we're gonna win this thing.
Yeah.
Like before that, it was like, wow, one more win. We just did another one, and then that semis match with Phil, when we got the ace to go to the finals, that was almost like a final moment right there.
Yeah.
It's like
Beating Phil.
Yeah. I know how much you
It
like to beat
almost
Phil.
felt like the final right there, and that's when I knew that okay, we're in the finals, we're gonna win this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Is it because I feel like there's 2 ways to respond to a win like that. Like you said, like that felt like winning the final, and a lot of teams could have had like an emotional letdown. Because I remember seeing some teams who have like a huge win, and then after that they just get like clobbered the next one because like it's so emotional to go through a match like that, and then you just like can't get back up for the next team.
Kind of like us at World Champs.
When you beat.
We went to Stade the next tournament, and I had swing for match.
2.
Against O'Gorman South.
2 swings per match.
Really? No, 1.
You had 2.
Probably 1.
It was 2. 20.
Oh my God, you're right.
2017.
Oh, why did I bring that up?
Side out and then 2 high lines in a row, I think it was.
Yeah, I've had some clutch kills. I've had some clutch kills too. Let's just reframe that puppy.
Had a few clutch kills in World Champs.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it was easier to regain that focus though because you're going back into a final, and not going back into like if you had beaten Phil like in the 9th place match and then playing like semi or like the 7th place or whatever. I feel like maybe that would have been tougher, but I feel like final you're like, okay, well we're here and we just beat the best team in the country for the past however long.
Yeah, definitely. That helped. That semis, being in the semis and not having to play a little earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it felt like a final match. That match, that was for sure one of the toughest matches to get through because we almost actually blew the lead there. We had 2018.
we were talking about Freeze Priddy. Like, You guys had that 2018, and then they went up 21-20.
And especially they weren't playing good, and it's very rare that they don't play good. So
yeah,
if you don't take advantage of when they don't play good, then
Phil and Nick had beat me, and then you, and then Jake and Taylor all in Manhattan Finals.
yeah.
By the way, that's like, what, 5 in a row, Manhattan Finals, Hawaiians?
Bourne or Crabb.
yeah,
Bourne or Crabb?
Yeah.
Hey, Raja.
not bad.
Yeah,
It's a good Hawaii run.
two,
right
and
there.
then 3 in a row for the Crabs.
But now me and Taylor got to hear it.
Finally
from this
got
guy
one.
that he's on it.
And
Yeah.
now I'm on it. Sorry.
I was cracking up after Taylor won Chicago. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
I heard you got your name on some deep dish pizza.
Not
Congrats.
quite as good. My thoughts, like, after seeing you win it, was like, all right, now Trevor's in the winner's circle. So my partner's in the winner's circle. Now he knows how to win tournaments. Granted, we've already won FIVBs. I'm wondering if your mindset's kind of, like, shifted at all. I'm seeing something from the outside. I'm like, he's talking a little different. I'm feeling it out, like, seeing how we're going to go forward kind of thing. But feel different in tournaments now, like AVP or... I mean, your freaking confidence. Like,
I think
yeah,
what was
Go for
bigger was like the world champs. You know,
yeah,
that was like our defining pivotal moment in terms of knowing that we can hang with anybody now and win any tournament.
In any
Even though-
situation,
right.
down 14-11 to what was then a really hot Brazilian team.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, that was for me even though we didn't medal, that was probably the biggest
Yeah.
moment of the year, like pivotal moment.
Yeah.
In terms of mindsets and all that stuff.
Yeah. You guys have matched up with those two teams you mentioned as the best in the world
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
Because you've gone to 3 with Anders and Christian twice.
Yeah, the last 2 times.
The last 2
We
times.
had
and
match
you
point
were up,
against
you were up in the last one.
Stoyanovsky in Vegas in the bronze medal match.
I
We had
still
match
can't get
point.
over Krasilnikov's pass on that trickle serve is still one of the greatest passes I've ever seen.
So lucky.
Yeah.
Because it
And to
double
fire-
bounced.
He just
on-
And
worked for
fired
that
back
thing.
a trickle.
and then he
the
trickled.
next his
trickled-
swing.
He called my trickle and trickled me
And
back.
trickled better.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
For a bronze medal. Poha.
It's crazy that Oleg might be the most improved player in the world when he was already such an unbelievable blocker.
Yeah. He's also still growing too, which is scary.
He's like 7 feet
He's-
now, like a full
You can
7.
tell he's
Does he
like.
still have braces?
You can tell he's
think
like
so.
Yeah.
growing into his body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting bigger.
Yeah, he's getting thicker.
Why do you guys think? Because like when you look at it on paper, like Stoyanovsky's 7 feet tall. You guys are both 6'5", maybe
Yeah.
6'5" and change for you.
We're the exact same height.
Okay. So like on paper, like that's not a great matchup.
Yeah.
But you guys have been able to hang with Anders and Christian and like be up late in the third set against them. You had match point against Krasilnikov and Stoyanovsky. Yeah, I feel like you guys play really well against the world's best.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think we know that, on the world tour that anybody can win at any given time.
Yeah.
Even if there's definitive couple of best teams out there.
Yeah. I mean, Ellis and Flugen just took
Right.
Anders and Christian to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just trying to find the teams, no matter who they are, trying to find the team's weakness, because everybody out there has weaknesses, you just got to find them. We did I think, do a good job of that.
Yeah.
But, we still have a lot of room to improve and actually beat those teams.
Yeah.
We still have to beat them.
Something I've seen from the beginning is like, and I'll even throw Taylor into this mix, is like, I think we get, like, if someone's hyped up and like they're the man, then we get a lot of energy and like at wanting to go after that person. Like, oh, they're the best team. We don't like buy into that. Like, oh,
Right.
you guys are the best, such a good volleyball player. Like, no, like, go prove it, you know, kind of thing. So I think we do. I mean, at least I get excited to go play against guys like that are supposed to be the best. And granted, they're proving why they're the best by doing it consistently. But for those specific matches, I think that Taylor too, like you see him going at Phil both of us, we always, when we first came out, it's like Phil's untouchable, right?
Right.
But we all went at him, like bring it, like prove it, rather than like, oh, no one's gonna be able to play against him.
Right.
He's Phil Dahlhaus
Right.
or whatever, you know. I think that's something that's big, and why we can step up in big matches. But now the trick now is like, how do we make that consistent? Be that consistent medal round team. So there's a lot of room to grow there, but
Yeah.
we definitely have that competitive edge at as not buying into like how good teams are
There's
because
no like all factor.
right.
Yeah.
Or if there is, then we're trying to counter it.
Right.
You know, we're trying to make a statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's got to be a fun thing for you guys heading into the off season, or just like into the next season, or even into like the rest of like your careers, is like how much room you do have to grow if you like stay as a team for like a pretty long term, because you're brand new at a lot of what
Right.
you're doing.
Yeah.
Especially you, like you took 2 years off almost. Like,
And then some
you came
change.
back, and then like
I just
Yeah.
added some to that.
you just added a little bit and played
Dude,
left-handed.
my shoulders 28, knees are 28,
Yeah.
my mind's 33. I'm golden.
Mine is 4.
We'll
Please.
see what happens when Baby Born comes along.
Yeah, really. No, I think we have it's exciting, but it's also like we don't need to think like too long term ahead. It's
Right.
like volleyball careers are so long, and there's so many trips and like trials and tribulations and things that can happen. It's like not even worth like oh, we're gonna go to LA Olympics together, which like sounds
Yeah.
amazing, but it's really like, dude, let's appreciate this opportunity we have right now. Like, first of all, the story like that we grew up together, blah blah blah, and we have like before our biggest matches, the thing that like usually a lot of times comes up is like, dude, we came from baby court playing together,
Yeah.
like to this right here, like sitting in front of 13,000,
Yeah.
and we're just like stoked to be there, and it's super fun. But yeah, I think you got to stay present with it too,
Yeah.
not like look too far ahead. We're just like, we really have this quad to finish up, take advantage of the opportunity we have at hand, and have as much fun with it as possible. But I do agree. If we keep growing and learning new ways to make this partnership work, it's going to be super fun.
Yeah, because I think that's part of what makes you guys such a unique team compared to the other U.S. teams making that run. Because like Phil and Nick have been doing this for so long that like, you know, it's not like Phil and Nick are going to start breaking out like jump shoot sets. You know,
Right.
like they're pretty. You know what they're going to do and what they have, and like
Yeah.
Jake's been doing this for so long, and like he's going to love that big lob outside to the pin.
Just chip
And
off
his
the top.
and his 70%
chip off the
hard
top.
angle swing, but you guys can still bring so many new things to the table, which I think like, is a really good position for you guys to be
Yeah.
in.
I like the fact that it's entertaining too.
Yeah,
Like, attitude wise, Trevor's gonna run his mouth and whatever, be a weirdo.
Be like Antonio Brown.
Oh god,
Oh my god,
No.
dude.
what
Not
a
the last
psycho.
part.
One thing after you guys just say
That guy's a
Minus the last
psychopath.
part.
that guy's out of his mind.
Dude,
He is
it's
out of his
crazy.
mind. I don't think he'll play another down in the NFL.
Yeah.
but
He's on my roommate's fantasy team. Well, it was
He's on my
hilarious.
fantasy team. Jeez.
My little brother had drafted Andrew Luck the night that Andrew
Oh.
Luck retired.
Oh,
and had Antonio.
Drafted him. No, he didn't have Antonio, but
Uh-huh.
drafted Andrew Luck, and then like an hour later texted me. He was like, "I drafted Andrew Luck an hour ago, and he just retired."
oh my
Out
god.
of luck.
But yeah, I think we have a lot of entertainment value too.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like we gotta go out there and have fun.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get so caught up in like the pressure of, oh my god, we gotta win this match. Like, that takes away so much of. First of all, you're not gonna play as good, even though it's hard to like let go of like the idea like, oh, all I want to do is win this match. But like, to be able to relax and be like, I'm gonna go have fun.
Yeah.
Like, take chances, be creative, talk to the crowd if you want, talk to the other team if you want, if it comes up. I think that's a really big thing that we're both willing to do. I think a lot of people would like to do it, but they get into the game and they're too tense. They're too like, no, I can't mess around right now or have
Yeah.
fun with it because I only have this shot once. Whereas we're just a lot of the times especially when we play AVP, it's like, this is gonna be fun. Like,
Yeah.
let's go entertain a little bit. We are
Yeah.
entertainers at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. In AVP, you get a little bit more leeway to do that. Like FIVP, they're just like, no, like you can't even fix that like divot in the sand.
Oh my
You gotta
God, yeah.
back and serve receive right away.
It's a completely different vibe, and we play a lot different too.
Yeah.
And the Euro players would freak out, I think, if we started talking to them too much.
Well, it's funny when you guys started talking to Bergman and Harms in Vegas. They shut down.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
I'll only get talking if they start talking. I'm like, oh, we're gonna play that game.
Yeah.
And then I'll go. Whereas before that, I'm like,
the wrong team to do that.
Yeah. It's like a bunch of pit bulls.
Yeah.
You just like you like came up against the fence,
man.
and we're just like, oh, we get to go, okay? Yeah, something like that.
Is it because this is like the first time, well, your second time, but I feel like this is the first time you've really been super present in realizing like the Olympic race and what you have to do, because I feel like Hayden probably took care of a lot of that, the organizational element, but for you, this is your first run at it. Is it harder to stay present when you have something as long as the Olympic race? I mean, it's like a 2-year thing. It's like, it's so easy to look forward, I feel like, and be like, well, if we finish here and here, and they like, you know, Phil and Nick don't do well here, then we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I mean, we try not to look forward too much, but obviously it's natural in this situation. But I think that's one of the most important things, is to try and just take it one tournament at a time and try and do your best and get a good finish at that one tournament you're in.
Yeah.
And it, you know, every good finish, you know, you get, it takes a little less pressure off. Not to say like you can relax at all, but yeah, for sure, it's always in the back of your mind, and you're always looking like, what do we, you know, really need to do and to be able to qualify, you know. But yeah, just the most important thing is to try and stay present in that specific tournament you're in, and focus in on that one match you're in, basically.
Yeah.
That was kind of our main thing as a team, is to take it one match at a time, one tournament at a time.
Yeah. Did winning Manhattan take, because you mentioned kind of some tournaments a good finish eases the pressure, did winning Manhattan take any load off when playing in AVPs?
For sure. I mean, yeah, for sure. But I think like this year, before that happened, playing in AVPs was like, it was almost like mentally like exhausting, or like almost like not the actual AVP, it's like just from the FIVB.
Yeah.
Like getting to that AVP, you're like, okay, I can kind of relax now.
Yeah, right.
And catch my breath for a second.
Yeah.
Even though our main goal, one of our main goals, is not just to qualify for Tokyo, which is the main goal, but next in line is to just, you know, win as many AVPs as possible.
Right.
And when we get to those AVPs, we're there, you know, to win them and not take a step back. But I think just naturally, it was like, for me this year at least, like coming to those first couple AVPs, I was just like, oh shit, after just being fucking so Brazil to China to here and there.
It's tough too when we run into these teams who've just been training with the Wilson. They're just fresh, coming off a few weeks, and we're just like, oh my god, I'm coming off Czech Republic where I like basically couldn't jump.
Yeah.
And like, you know, whatever goes on the road, no excuses because so many teams do it. But that's a little like, damn it, these teams have just been like waiting and training for this one event with this ball.
Yeah.
And they're like ripping serves or whatever, and you're like, oh, I could be ripping serves, but like, I just don't have it right now, or we never got the reps, or whatever, you know. But yeah, like you said, it's like definitely like a change in mindset. Whereas like right now for me, I haven't played in a while at FIVB, so now, I mean, it's not like I got a lot of reps with the Wilson, but
no one has reps with this
especially with that thing, yeah.
But World Cup ball.
Hawaii's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Hawaii's gonna be really fun. I feel like my game's back. Like I said today, I'm just crushing balls with my pillow hand.
Good pillow fight.
But Hawaii's gonna be super fun for us. I'm stoked that I convinced Trevor to play with me, or at least I played well enough in Rome to have him go back to me in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And we get to play in front of our home crowd, which is gonna be sick. He's got like half the island is related to him, so we're gonna have plenty of fans.
77 cousins coming out.
Yep, they're gonna be really busy with us and Taylor to follow around. No, it's gonna be sick. I'm super stoked on
And you
that.
guys played great there last year too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of the first event we like actually played good volleyball.
Yeah.
Beat Phil and Nick that first time.
Yep.
And dude, I was looking at that, that picture I posted a while ago of, I forget who sent it to me, but it's a picture of our mom's paddling team from like 1993 or something, two. Like we were like 1 or 2 years old. And Trevor's in his mom's arms, I'm in my mom's arms, like with their paddling crew after the Molokai Channel, which is like the world championships of canoe paddling.
Yeah.
That same race finishes at the same place where the AVP is. So we were actually at the exact same venue in that picture. It's like black and white. And this next week, the AVP is during the Molokai, the finish. So our moms I think they're in the same crew. They're going to be finishing on Sunday right before the finals, I think.
That's awesome.
Pulling up on the beach at that exact same place where we have that photo, but now me and Trevor playing in the AVP.
Yeah.
And it's going to be sick because all those... I paddled for like 10 years growing up. He grew up around... We both grew up around it. So that whole paddling community is going to be right there in the lagoon, 100 yards from the stadium.
Yeah.
And everyone's... I'm assuming going to come and watch and see us win it.
That's awesome.
It's kind
I
of
love
cool.
how tight-knit everyone in Hawaii is.
Well, it's a small place.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool.
Well, I know that we have food coming in.
I think the Thai food's here.
Oh, yeah.
I think we got the food here. So, Trev, for like the 50th time, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
You do have to give another piece of advice, though. One piece of advice to an up-and-coming beach volleyball player. Well, have you been on recently enough that we've asked you the final question?
He's heard it.
Yeah, I think so.
We've heard it.
So our last question is, if you had to give one piece of advice to an up-and-coming beach volleyball player, what would that piece of advice be?
Be able to side out from the left and the right.
Ooh.
I like that.
That's a good point, because being versatile gives you partner options.
Being versatile is the number one thing in beach volleyball, if you think of it. Just you want to be able to do every skill, good.
Yeah.
To be an all-around good player.
That's what I loved playing Chicago on the left. It was fun just like being able to do it because no one ever sees a lefty on the left.
First lefty on the left, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fun knowing I can do it now.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Thanks for coming on, Trev. Let's get some food. Shoots.
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 Yeah.
That's right, brah.